New Hampshire, and by Tri-State Megabucks and the New Hampshire Lottery, helping New Hampshire schools one ticket at a time. WNDS Sports presents Candlepin Stars and Strikes, featuring the best candlepin bowlers from all over New England. And now, in our 18th season, here's your host for Candlepin Stars and Strikes, Dick Lutsk and Mike Morin.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome in to another edition of Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Dick Lutsk with Mike Morin. It's great to have you with us. We've reached the top of the ladder this afternoon. We crown a champion. The winner of this afternoon's match moves on to our Tournament of Champions, which begins next week. And we have a contrast for you this afternoon. A seasoned veteran who's been through the wars before, and a youngster who started 3 weeks ago with his first time on television. 3 matches later, here he is trying for a championship.
I'll tell you what, after 3 weeks, Danny Harris is a seasoned bowler of the wars, because he's really plowed through 3 pretty good bowlers to get to Tom Olszta, who is the best. And he was on our show about 4.5 years ago, and finally he's back today to take on the new guy.
Let's meet him right now as we determine a winner here this afternoon of this ladder series. First, he started out 3 weeks ago as an unknown number 5 seed. He's won 3 matches to get to this point. 18-year-old Danny Harris from Dorchester, Massachusetts.
Only 2 bowlers have ever come from the number 5 position to get to the top of the ladder and to indeed win. Danny Harris, average 117, high single 186, high triple is 443, and he bowls in Dorchester at Lucky Strike Lanes.
And thus far, he's defeated Steve Plant, Jack Daly, and Chris Capozzi, setting up this afternoon's match with a guy who's been on TV more than Mike Morin. From Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Tom Olszta.
Well, it's a good thing he made it back this time, because I was almost past him with nearly 100 television appearances. Tom Olszta, average 129, high single 209, high triple is 504. These days he's bowling in Auburn at Thunderbird Lanes.
And a 683 for Tom Olszta earned him the number 1 seed in this ladder series. Who will it be? Danny Harris, Tom Olszta. Let's get right to it. We're coming back with the championship match right after this on WNDS TV's Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes. We began with 5, and now we're down to 2. It's the number 5 seed. Danny Harris takes on the number 1 seed, Tom Olszta. Danny Harris had to get past Steve Plant, Jack Daly, and Chris Capozzi, setting up this afternoon's championship match here at Leda Lanes, with the winner moving on to the Tournament of Champions. It'll be Danny Harris first to bowl here at Leda Lanes this afternoon. A big crowd on hand, and they have been enthusiastic and enjoyed the matches to this point, and Danny Harris starts out with a half Worcester. 18 years old, from Dorchester. He's told us the last couple of weeks he remembers growing up watching Tom Olszta on television, and Danny Harris is only 18 years old, so.
What a character-building experience it must be to bowl against really the great Tom Olszta, an icon in the game.
Danny working for Santangelo Flooring in Dorchester. His brother Chris is 19. His sister Shelley is 16. The youngest bowler to be on the show since Mike and I began doing it. And he'll not pick up the spare. Gave it a pretty good run. He'll start with 2 open frames. Bowling out of Lucky Strike Lanes in Dorchester. And that'll be a 10 box. Now Tom Olszta, returning to television after an absence of over 4 years, close to 5 years.
Well, he was the top seed in our very first ladder, Dick, that you and I started the show back in 1997, at least our part of it. And he lost to Gary Carrington on that day in November of 1997, 453 to 371. Of course, Gary went on to win it all in the Tournament of Champions that season.
Tom Olszta starts with a spare. Tom is 45 years old. He works in sales for Drake's Bakeries out of Worcester. And you watch the spare again on replay. He's been married to Karen for 23 years. Their children are Kerry, 22, Tom, 21. He has a stepson, Keith, 29. Tom is the grandfather to Keith's 2 children, who are 4 years old and 2 months old. Tom on a spare, puts 7 in the mark and leaves himself a tough shot. The 4 pin on the left, the 6 and 10 on the right.
I'm guessing he'll go to clip the right side of the pin in front of the 2. Hope the ball deflects over to the 4, or to the 6 and the 10.
And there it goes. Did not take the 6 pin with it. 92 times on the old Channel 5 show. His first appearance when he was just 16 years old back in 1973. Remarkable. Now Danny Harris. He threw a pretty good ball and didn't get much to show for it. What was the string he had? 20 some odd times in a row on Channel 5?
That's what Danny Harris says. We'll have to ask Tom about that if we have time. I don't know. Because on the format of that show, you just...
The winner stayed on.
Exactly, as opposed to we turn the bowlers over at least every 4 weeks here.
Another 10 box for Danny. No, the winner stayed. Stacia Zernicke won some very large number of matches in a row, which went over from season to season because the women were only on that number of times.
That's right. I think they were on for maybe 13 weeks.
I think it was fewer than that even.
Yeah. Well, I bet you there's somebody out there watching today who will send us a note on that.
Danny Harris throws a good ball on the second shot, leaves the 7 and 10. Here you get a look at some of the big crowd on hand at Leda Lanes. 9 box for Danny, so he remains open for 4 boxes in a row. He hasn't had that happen to him too often over the course of the last 3 weeks.
And this crowd is all thrilled to see Tom Olszta back on TV, as are we.
We had a lot of letters over the course of the last several years since Tom's appearance in that first ladder series asking, where's Tom Olszta? Whatever happened to Tom Olszta?
We get questions about Tom Olszta, and we get questions about Peter Flynn, another great bowler who lives in Raleigh, North Carolina.
There's another great shot by Tom Olszta. Without wood.
He makes it look so easy.
Spare, that was the 1.
1, 2, 1, 3,
and 7.
Yeah, and he shot it on the inside.
On the spare, right through the middle, spread eagle minus the 7 pin, which fell. 5 in the mark. High single 209, high triple 504. Averaging 129, bowling out of T-Bird Lanes in Auburn right now. Started bowling at age 2 in Oxford. 9 box. An early 13-pin lead in the match for Tom Olszta over Danny Harris, hoping to join this field in the Tournament of Champions. It is a strike ball by Danny Harris. Thus far in the Tournament of Champions, Mike Morgan, Joe Stella, Jeff Fugia, Tom Morgan, and Gary Santora. The 5-pin, the last to go, but it went. Looking for 2 in a row. Threw a good ball in the pocket. Left himself a tough shot. The 5, the 4, 5, and 7. With wood on the deck to try and scatter something.
So far, nobody even threatening the triple strike jackpot this current ladder series. It's $1,175 for a bowler that can throw 3 strikes in a row.
9 box for Danny Harris. He's at 65 through 6.
Tom Olszta alternating spares and open frames through 4.
Breaks up the split. 6 and 10 with some wood.
He is so accurate. You see lots of punch outs. I mean, his hand-eye coordination is that good. And he is always, almost always on the head pin, and sometimes so squarely that he leaves lots of splits. But he broke that one up.
And he makes the spare. Unconventionally, the ball jumped up. Might have got a piece of both of them. Not sure if we'll get a chance to look at that again, but that was a spare for Tom Olszta. Just grab the head pin there, and he will put 8 in the spare and leave himself a tough shot. The 7 and the 8 with some wood. And the wood is set up to the right where he's going to try and whack it. And there it is. He leaves the 7 pin, though. Gave it a good run.
Tommy Olszta was the Rookie of the Year, Dick, back in 1975-76. He was actually co-rookie that year with Ken Werner. And he was Bowler of the Year 5 times. I'll tell you what those years were. See how many of them you can remember here in just a couple of moments.
Strike for Danny Harris, second strike of the string. Watch it again. Bounced a couple of times, but caught the 1-3 pocket. The 9 and the 7 and the 8 were last to go. This went to the left of the pocket. Got a pretty good fall, though. 7 pins, another ball to go to fill the strike. Now the spare for Danny Harris.
All right, so he's not intimidated by Tom Olszta.
Sure is not. Not much has intimidated him at all.
Oh.
Here's Olszta coming back with a spread eagle.
Ouch.
Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV is presented by the Thompson family of dealerships. Nashua Mitsubishi, Nashua Daewoo, McMulkin Chevy, and Nashua Hyundai. And by Tri-State Megabuck.
Spread eagle.
And he made the spread eagle.
Made the spread eagle.
Watch it again. You don't see it very often. He got that thing to bounce off the wall and come back. And the back door.
Oh, man. We've seen that maybe 3 or 4 times in 5 years.
Now on the spare. Will they all go? The 9 pin is still standing. Got it. 2 marks in a row for Tom Olszta. The 5th mark of the string for the veteran from Sturbridge, Massachusetts. Now Danny Harris has 2 marks in a row. He's looking for some bonus money. Threw it right in the pocket. Can he break up the split? He's going to put 7 in the spare. Will it go? Watch out. It still has a shot to take it. It wobbles, but it won't go.
Hit it at the tapered end of the pin. Had it been the center of the pin, maybe he'd have gotten that.
And that'll be a 10 box. He's at 112 through 9. 3 marks in the string for Danny Harris, 2 of them strikes. 5 spares thus far in the first string for Tom Olszta. That one bounced down, and it's a half Worcester on the left side for Danny Harris.
Nothing phases this young man so far.
Threw a good ball and picked up all but 2.
Oh, is he a good one, Dick? We are going to see a lot of Danny Harris in future years.
And a 10 box and a 122 first string for Danny Harris. Tom Olszta works on a mark. Looks for some bonus money. We haven't given away any bonus money yet. And he threw a pretty good ball, and look what he has left staring back at him. The 5, the 7, and the 9. Box 123 for Tom Olszta through 9. Danny Harris finished with a 122, so it's a 1-pin lead plus whatever he gets in this 10th frame that Tom Olszta will carry into the 2nd string of this 3-string match.
If you're a young bowler wanting to learn how to make spares, watch Tom Olszta. He's going to show you how it's done today, especially with that spread eagle a couple of moments ago. He knows how to play the bank shots, the cut shots, the wood shots.
Will he pick up the spare here? Almost. Gave it a good run. He's at 132 right now.
And I doubt that he feels that's a safe lead, Vic.
133 first string for Tom Olszta, an 11-pin lead over Danny Harris after 1. We continue. We head to the middle of 3 strings when we return to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire for this championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Tom Olszta will bowl first in the 2nd string, leading Danny Harris by 11, 133 to 122. Dick Lutsk with Mike Morin and our entire WNDS crew here at Leda Lanes. Tom Olszta leads off the 2nd string, punching through the middle. Our director today, Kevin LaFond. On audio, Dan Feely. Our replay operator is Don Cronin. Computer graphics being handled by Monica Colby. Our engineer is Paul Hunter. Steve Gregoire, Steve Kenny, and Kevin Sheehan are handling the cameras as Tom Olszta starts out with a $5.
And the ooh from the crowd, because it's not often you see Tom miss a half a rack of pins. But you wipe the slate clean, you begin all over again. He comes into this game with an 11-pin lead over the youngster Danny Harris.
Now that'll make up for some of it right there with a solid strike.
Always does.
We'll get to some of your cards and letters and emails during the course of this string as we watch the Tom Olszta strike once more and watch the ball right in the 1-3 pocket. Got a letter here from, this is Danny Harris matching it with a strike. Letter here. My name is Brian Farris. I'm 7 years old. My dad tapes bowling every week, and I've been watching it with him for as long as I remember. I love the show, and I have a question about the shirts the bowlers wear. Do they pick their colors, and do they have the shirts at home, or do they get them the day of the match? Thank you. And he draws pictures of himself and his sister, I think it is. And the answer, Brian, is the bowlers get the shirts when they come here to Leda Lanes. The first two bowlers of the afternoon pick their shirts, and then the winner continues on with the color shirt he's wearing, and then the next bowler will pick the opposite color, either blue or red, as you see on your screen. Tommy Olszta looking for 2 in a row.
The bowlers, for the first taping of the day, pick their colors, and then whoever wins keeps the shirt they have, and the other opponent is forced to take whatever color is left over.
Even if they hate that color.
Yeah. How can you go wrong with red and blue? I suppose some superstitious bowlers might have a lucky color.
Anyway, thank you, Brian Farris, for watching the show with your dad every week, and we hope you continue to watch for many, many years to come.
Good family viewing, always rated PG. Hi, Dick and Mike. This is Gary Cormier. I just wanted to thank you for your hospitality and the way you made me feel comfortable during my first appearance a couple of weeks ago. I just missed the final ladder. I'll be seeing you guys next season, guaranteed. He lost only by a couple pins to Mike Morgan in that last ladder series. What a great bowler he is. I'm still amazed that we haven't seen him before now, but he'll be back. Gary Cormier, thanks for your email. Bowling@WNDS.com if you want to get in touch with us on the email service.
Danny Harris responding to a Tom Olszta mark with an opportunity for one of his own right here, and he will take the spare. The ball hopped over the pin and took the pin itself. Hopped over the wood and took the pin. Second mark of the string for Danny Harris as he matches Olszta. Right on the head pin again. A little full, but he had an 8-pin drop.
Dick, he can't weigh more than 140 pounds.
And another spare for Danny Harris.
And look at him
and
throw
a double
that ball.
mark as we go to the break. Tom Olszta will bowl when we come back. Stop Tom from bowling right now. As we're going to the break, tell him to stop. We're going to a break, and we'll come back to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, as we have Danny Harris with the lead. And near the halfway point, we're coming back to Leda Lanes in Nashua on WNDS TV's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Tom Olszta ready to bowl lane 34, Leda Lanes. Danny Harris has come from behind to take the lead here in the second string as Olszta punches through a half Worcester on the left side. Harris has 3 marks in 4 frames. Olszta 2 in 4 here in the second string. Olszta looks to pick up the spare after the half Worcester threw a good ball. The 4 and the 5 are still standing. 9 box for Tom Olszta.
Another email here. Mike and Dick, is the sport of Candlepin bowling participated in throughout the country or just in the Northeast?
There's a strike for Tom Olszta.
Well, the game is played primarily in the New England area and in the Canadian Maritimes. You can do Candlepin bowling there as well. Are there any other forms of bowling with the small ball that are popular in other parts of the country? The answer is yes. You've got duck pins in the Middle Atlantic region. You've got a couple duck pin centers actually in New England. You have one in Billerica and one in North Chelmsford. There are also variations of small ball bowling in Canada.
We saw the spread eagle picked up by Tom Olszta, and Danny Harris almost did it himself.
Wouldn't that be something to see it twice in one show? Almost did it. So there's your answer. We thank you very much I don't have a name on that. Make sure you sign your email so we can thank you personally on the air.
Danny Harris right on the head pin. He's been on the head pin most of the time he's been on the program, the last 3 weeks and this afternoon. Missed the spare, though.
Oh,
No,
no,
he came back. I started looking down.
Yeah, Dick was opening some mail.
And he'll take it.
Backdoor shot.
He will take it.
It's the high-low jack for Tommy Olszta on lane 34, but he's got wood. 2 pieces between the 1 and the 10. They're bunched up closer to the 1 pin, although the 1 back pin is rolling away.
Watch out. This one's not going to go. Hi, Dick and Mike. My name is Walter Smith, and I'm a patient in the Woburn Nursing Center. Have been for over a year. I watch your show on Saturday and Sunday and enjoy it so much. It's one of my only pleasures. You both do a good job that I like. This is all I can think of, so keep up the good work. I will be watching. Yours, truly yours, Walter Smith. Walter, thank you very much.
Thank you. Makes us feel good that we help bring a little pleasure into your life. Bowlers, though, really get most of the credit. They're the performers. Well, there's a 5 missing the head pin to the right, Tommy Olszta.
Will it come back and take it from the back door? No.
He ended this game with an 11-pin lead over Danny Harris. Danny has made much of that pinnage back.
And another 10 box for Tom Olszta. Danny Harris is working on a spare. Nine-pin drop, 1-pin rolling back this way. It'll have to be removed. Coming all the way back.
It probably would come all the way back. Scott Dow is our official scorekeeper today. Paul Willett unable to be here.
Now they got it. And there's a spare for Danny Harris.
His Dorchester buddies are awfully excited for him. Rising all the way from the bottom part of the ladder all the way to the championship match.
Again into the pocket. 7 in the spare. Tough shot here. We've seen him make some tough shots. Not going to make that one. No bonus money yet in this match. 10 box, 117 through 8. And a 10-pin lead in the match for Danny Harris over Tom Olszta with 2 boxes remaining in the second string. Olszta throws it in the pocket.
Everything but the 2-pin.
Which doesn't seem logical or possible if you hit the head pin.
But he hit it pretty thinly, so.
And a spare for Tom Olszta. That's Tom's 4th mark of the string. He had 5 marks in the first string on his way to a 133. That's off the head pin, but he got great pin action.
And doesn't he know it, too? I don't know if that's set up quite as he would like it. If he can get that wood to rattle around, he'll have a shot at it. Look at that. Knocked the 1-pin over into lane 32. I don't know if we can get another shot of that replay.
Watch it again. There it goes. It goes flying across the alley.
And into lane 32.
So he's at 124 plus a ball. He had a 133 in the first string.
And you know this one's going down to the 10th frame next game, Dick, the way these 2 guys are going at it.
He will put 7 in the mark. It's a 131 for Tom Olszta. 2-string total of 264. A 133 and a 131. You don't get much more consistent than that. Now Danny Harris.
And for Tommy, that's just a typical day at the office. His average is 129. Another big split for Danny Harris. 2-4 in the 6, missing everything. Best he can do is a 10.
Be a 9. 126 for Danny Harris with a box to go.
One, 7, and 8. There's some wood lying right about where the between where the 4 and the 5 would be. Could be helpful. Probably going to have to use it.
Ooh, the ball went right through the pins. Right through the goal post. And a 10 box for Danny Harris, and he finishes with a 136 second string. It sets us up for a great finish with Danny Harris taking a 5-pin lead over Tom Olszta into the third. And now check it, it's Tom Olszta with a 6-pin lead over Danny Harris. Olszta has the 6-pin lead over Danny Harris going to the third and final string. We're coming back to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire for the final string on WNDS TV's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Ready to go, third string of this exciting match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Danny Harris trailing Tom Olszta by 6 pins.
Three, 4, and 6. There's no wood. The split on lane 34 for 18-year-old Danny Harris.
Ooh, he almost made the shot. Hey, can I remind you about the Grand Buffet on Amherst Street in Nashua, New Hampshire, right next door to Leda Lanes. If you're in the area shopping or bowling at Leda Lanes and you'd like to go someplace great for lunch or dinner, I recommend the Grand Buffet right next door, the Monday through Friday luncheon buffet from 11 a.m. to 3:30. Also on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3:30. The dinner buffet Monday through Thursday from 4 to 9:30, Friday and Saturday from 4 to 10, and all-day Sunday buffet, the all-day dinner buffet from 12 noon to 9:30 p.m. The menu is varied, all sorts of different ethnic foods, things that you will enjoy, something for everybody in the family, a great dessert tray as well. Give it a try the next time you're in the area. The Grand Buffet, 350 Amherst Street in Nashua, right next door to Leda Lanes. Exit 7W if you're coming from the south on the Everett Turnpike. Exit 8 if you're coming from the Manchester area. Or you can give them a call at 881-9799. 603-881-9799. The Grand Buffet in Nashua, New Hampshire, right next door to Leda Lanes. Have to reset the pins as one of the pins fell coming down.
Yeah, that's the second time in a row that's happened, so we'll see
if we have a problem with the pin setter.
Yeah, which is a possibility. Give it one more shot here before we send our crack technical team back. There might be something plugging the hole. And
we look to be okay right here, so we're all right.
Full rack. It's amazing. A lot of these machines in the Candlepin bowling world are 30, 40, 50 years old. They don't make these machines or parts anymore.
Tom Olszta with a half Worcester on the right side.
Talk about quality American workmanship. These machines have lasted tens of thousands of strings over the years. That doesn't mean they don't break down from time to time. But if they're well maintained, they're going to go on probably for another 10 or 20 years.
And if they need a part, they have to make the part or get
it
made.
There's a lot of bowling centers that have gone out of business, so people have been stockpiling parts for machines on lanes that don't get used anymore. So I think that's where most of them come from, but I'm sure they've needed some parts made from time to time.
7 box for Olszta to start out. Right in the pocket. 10 pins, still stands.
And he'll have a couple pieces of wood straighten out at the lip of the plate, right where the lane and the plate meet.
It didn't straighten out. That second piece of wood didn't straighten out, I don't think. The one in back is angled a little bit. But he took it anyway. Spare for Tom Olszta in the second box. Got a note from Mrs. Dorothy London of Hanover, Massachusetts. She writes, "Hi, I've been watching Candlepin Bowling since it was on, also on the old Channel 50 way back. She must be Channel 5. My husband and I have been married for over 50 years and enjoy a relaxing Sunday watching Dick and Mike and listening about their grudge match coming up soon. Good luck to both of you."
It's right next week.
When we go to Florida in the winter, we have friends tape the show for us and mail it to us. I don't like missing a single show. We both have been bowling for over 20 years and are now on 2 bowling leagues. It helps to keep us in shape. Thank you for making the show interesting by reading some of the letters you received. Sincerely, Mrs. Dorothy London, Hanover, Massachusetts. Thank you, Mrs. London.
And you'll get to see the beginning of our annual grudge match next week. Well, there's another split. He's had a bunch of them here, and he's, as a result, without a mark this third and final string.
9 box for Danny Harris. So without a mark, he's at 36 through 4. And Tom Olszta has an opportunity to really put some distance between he and Danny Harris. And there's a great ball with the first ball, putting 9 in the spare. He's added 7 to his lead. And another spare for Tom Olszta. 2 marks in a row, looking for bonus money. And to really put some pressure on Danny Harris. Right in the pocket, 9 pins go down.
Tommy Olszta was the bowler of the year in the WCBC 5 times, 78, 79, 84 and 5, 86 and 7, 89 and 90, and as recent as the 96, 97 season.
3 marks in a row, bonus money for Tom Olszta. We're going to go to the break, and Tom Olszta's on a run. With 3 spares in a row, he's opened up some daylight. He leads by 25 pins plus a ball. When we come back for the final 6 boxes of this championship match at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, we roll on with Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Danny Harris has a mountain to climb now with 6 boxes remaining, trailing Tom Olszta by 25 pins plus a ball. Harris responds. Wow. Watch it again. This took no time flat.
Needs more, though. That's happened to him a lot. Last couple of weeks, he'll throw a strike and then go left on his follow-up shot.
Yeah, he still has another ball to put in the strike.
So nothing
and a lot
lost.
of wood on the deck. A shot at it, missed the head pin.
Tommy Olszta is definitely on a roll with 3 marks in a row, filling with 9 on 2 of them.
And a 7 box for Danny Harris. That doesn't help. Now Olszta with a chance to really put Danny Harris away. A couple of marks here would just about do it.
Winner today advances to the Tournament of Champions, which begins next week.
And we start thinking about the seeding.
Yeah. We'll be able to give you the exact order as soon as this is all finished.
Tom Olszta has a chance to give himself a pretty good position. Missed the spare.
Top seed, by the way, is Mike Morgan at 410.
In a 9 box, 71.5. He's on pace to be close to a 400 triple, which would put him in the number 2 position. He's right on the head pin here in the 3rd string. Sizing up the spare leave, the 5 and the 10, piece of wood to the left, which he'll have to use. Play the wood way to the left and try to slide it over. No, he didn't do that. He played the wood to the right, tried to bounce it off. That'll be a 9 box for Tom Olszta. And Tom has a 26-pin lead in the match with 4 boxes remaining. Here's Danny Harris with a strike. He won't go away.
Well, he sure won't. A couple of opens by Tommy Olszta, and Danny Harris goes for the jugular.
Watch it again. This time he comes in from the left side, the 1-2 pocket. The 6 pin, the last to go. Needing another one right through the middle.
Well, it's a spread eagle and the 9 pin. He'll go for the 3 on the left.
Did a good job. Put 6 in the strike. And a 10 box.
He's hanging around, but time is running out. The sands are almost to the glass for Danny Harris if Tommy Olszta puts even 1 mark here in the 7th or 8th.
The 3, 6, 10 on the right, no wood.
Tommy Olszta, the winner of 17 titles in the WCBC and 1 tie. The only bowler with more than him is Joanne Rosano, who recently notched her 21st title in the WCBC. 1-time Rookie of the Year, 5-time Bowler of the Year in the WCBC. Tommy Olszta, in the opinion of many, the best that ever was. But he's on a stretch of 3 9-pin frames.
Running out of time, want to acknowledge some of the letters. Harold Jordan from Milford, New Hampshire. We got a letter from Harold. There's a strike for Tommy Olszta. That would just about seal the win. Watch it again. And the letters that we didn't get to today, we'll try to get to some next time around. There are a few.
Nice break on the pinfall there for an off head pin hit. It's the 1, 2, and 7 for Danny Harris. It's a must-have shot for the Dorchester youngster.
And he made it. Got an email from Joe in Merrimack, Massachusetts. Thank you, Joe. There you saw it again. Now he needs another one. He put 7.
A decent fill, but a tough spare combination in the 10th frame for Danny Harris.
Birthday card to us from Joy Bertotta, Bill Treeful fan. Missed the spare, missed the head pin. And that's going to do it just about mathematically. And it'll be a 10 box. Big hand from his partisan fans who came to watch Danny Harris here in his first match, first week. First appearance on TV. Now it is Tom Olszta.
You got to give it up to him, though. The daunting task of facing great Tommy Olszta. Your first couple times on TV.
Well, Tom doesn't make the spare. Oh, I take it. Hold on. Don't speak too soon. Here comes that piece of wood. And a 10 box and a 118. Tom has won the match. We're waiting now to see where he figures in the seeding. He will be the 2nd seed. Behind Mike Morgan.
Yeah, he can do a 402 here, but it doesn't matter. He's ahead of Joe Stella already. So he is the number 2 seed in the Tournament of Champions that begins next week.
Finishing with a spare, he's at 128. 392. He needs an 8 on the spare.
No, it's
either way, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. Just waiting for the pin to fall off the lane. He'll finish out on lane 33.
This is to fill the spare. And it is going to be an 8 and an even 400 triple for Tom Olszta. 136 third string, 400 triple for Olszta. He defeats Danny Harris 400 to 371, and Olszta gets the berth in the Tournament of Champions. We'll come back to meet our bowlers when we return to Leda Lanes in Nashua right after this on WNDS TV's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Tom Olszta defeats Dan Harris. Final score 400 to 371, and Danny Harris is with us right now. We're going to hand him a check for $500 for being the runner-up here this afternoon. With the $425 in bonus money that you earned over the past 3 weeks, that means you earned a total of $925 for the 4 weeks of bowling, which not too bad a payday.
No, it's not. And I'm just happy that I bowled with Tom Olszta to be happy on the same lanes with him.
Quite an experience, isn't it?
It is.
What was the overall experience like for you now? First time on TV, winning 3 matches, losing in the championship match. Looking back on it, how was it?
It was exciting. Very exciting.
So you're going to be the big celebrity down in Dorchester now, huh?
I guess so. I guess so. As they would say, the flavor.
The flavor. If there's a well-deserved round of applause, if there's such a thing of going from bowling boyhood to bowling manhood, I think you did that today.
Thank you.
So congratulations, and I know you'll be back.
Yes, I will.
Danny Harris, our runner-up here this afternoon.
Give it up
Thanks
for
very
Danny
much,
Harris.
Sir. Now, Tom Olszta will roll a ball in the bonus ball contest, and we'll try to match him up with a winner at home. Go ahead, Tommy. And it's a 5, and let's see if we can find a 5 in there, Michael. $220 in the bonus ball
That's right.
jackpot. Let's see if we can give away $220 to one of you out there who sent in a postcard. And this is from Mr. John Lufkin Sr. from Rutland, Massachusetts. Tom Olszta knocked down 5 pins. John Lufkin picked 6. It's not a match. Consolation prize from N&R Trophies in Winchendon, Massachusetts. Let's bring Tom Olszta up, our winner here this afternoon. Tom, come right between us. Check for $1,000 for being the winner. And as I said to you before the match here, the answer to the trivia question that we've been getting, whatever happened to Tom Olszta? And here you are and winning again.
Oh, I'm back. I took a little time off. I've been bowling, and I tried for the show and was fortunate enough to get on. And I tell you, what a match. Kid's got a future ahead of him.
We were talking with Danny last week, I think, after the match that he won, and he was saying that he watched you on the old Channel 5 show win a string of consecutive matches. How many matches did you win in a row on Channel 5?
22. I lost the 23rd week. Yeah.
That's a record that is well, the show's not on. It'll never be broken, but it's really something that is unthinkable that you could win 22 weeks in a row on that show.
I don't know, Tom, if it's possible to flash back to when you were 18 years old or when you went on television the first time. For his first ladder, Dan Harris gets to bowl, you know, arguably one of the best bowlers ever. Do you remember who that bowler would have been back in your day, your first time on? Who would have been a Charlie Jutras, or who would it have been that would have perhaps put you in awe?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I watched everybody bowl back then. I was bowling so much when I was 16, 17 years old that I was already bowling against the guys. And I grew up with them. And it would have to be a local bowler. One of the house bowlers that I bowled with, Stu Bowen. It's a guy's name who I really love to watch bowl.
Vic Chafee was out from your neck of the woods, too, wasn't he?
He was in the Springfield area,
Yeah.
which, yes, he was out that way. Yes.
Well, Danny seems to bowl with no fear. Were you kind of like him, you know, not an in-your-face kind of guy, but a lot of confidence and no fear when you were 17, 18?
You're young and carefree. Who
know
cares?
better.
You know,
You know
just get
better.
out there, you throw the ball. I mean, the kid did a heck of a job. He put the pressure on me the second string. He took charge of the match, and I was fortunate enough to come back. I was laboring, and I threw a couple of good boxes, and he had a couple key boxes to get back in the match, and he went through the middle, and it was a break for me. But he was there the whole match.
Well, you live to see another day.
I live to see another day.
We'll see you in the Tournament of Champions. Thanks very much. Tom Olszta, our winner here this afternoon.
Sure.
And on we go to the Tournament of Champions, starting next week.
All right, here we go. Number 6, Gary Santora. Number 5 is Tom Morgan. Number 4, youngster Jeff Bagia. Number 3 will be Joey Stella. Number 2, the man you just saw win today, Tom Olszta. And the top seed in the Tournament of Champions, Mike Morgan. It all starts next week.
We'll look forward to seeing you there as well. And thanks for watching this time. For Mike Morin and our entire WNDS TV crew, I'm Dick Lutsk. Thanks for watching, everybody. And remember...